Hello and salut. My name is Rishi Patry and I want to be Canada's next great Prime Minister. I'm a 20-year-old international relations student at Carleton University right here in the nation's capital. I'm the President and Executive Director of UNICEF at Carleton. I'm a former Royal Canadian Air Cadet and I actually work right here on the Hill, before a Member of Parliament. From this building behind me, great men and women have come from across our country to shape this Canada. And now we have an opportunity to do the same. One thing we can all agree is that Canada is a unique country in the world. We're blessed with an abundance of natural resources, a generous multicultural society, global respect for our commitment to human rights, and a standard of living that is the envy of the world. But the Canada I love faces more challenges now and for the foreseeable future than perhaps at any time in our history. The global economic crisis, fluctuations in energy prices, and strains on our healthcare will all have a negative effect on our society unless we become proactive rather than reactive. National governments all over the world have taken steps to provide economic stimulus packages, yet Canada lags behind. Our technology sector, once booming, now languishes and must be reinvigorated if we are to break new frontiers in innovations. Another example is our energy sector. It needs to become more cost-effective and efficient if Canada is to compete in the global marketplace. Also, for most of our history, we've looked to the United States as our primary and sometimes only trading partner. I want to change that. The American people recently made history in electing the first African-American president in their history. And it might be easy to get caught up in all that excitement, but it's time for Canada to emerge out of the shadow of our great neighbor. We need to set a new course just for us. And how can we do that? Simple. We must look west to China and Japan, to the European Union and India in the east and south, past the United States to Latin America. My plan is to stimulate economic growth by encouraging economic diversification. That way we're not tied to the trials and tribulations of the United States. We can find better markets in the emerging world. For example, India and China have expanded rapidly into sub-Saharan Africa and other underdeveloped regions. Canadian technology, Canadian industry, Canadian manufacturing all have a prime market in these areas, and we need to take advantage of that. We also have the human capital right here at home to make these changes. Whether it's Canada, India, Mexico, or Somalia, the people of the world call this country home, and we need to take best advantage of those resources to expand into those markets. The problem in many ways is a disconnect between the established business class and a whole new breed of diverse entrepreneurs that want to make a difference. We need to bridge that gap. You can never outsource Canadian ingenuity, and the human capital we require is right here at home. Be it from India, China, Mexico, or Somalia, the people of the world call Canada home. We need to take advantage of that in a clear, deliberate, and responsible way if we're to compete in the international marketplace. Yet while we look to new marketplaces, we need to look within. We need to find foreign investment for our country and market Canada as a safe, viable alternative to other states. We must streamline our bureaucracy to make it easier to start a business and allow new immigrants to contribute to it. A hero of mine, Prime Minister Sir Wilfrid Laurier, once said that he hoped the 20th century would belong to Canada. And while the 20th century saw many great achievements for our country, and while the spirit of ingenuity flourished, I know that the 21st century will belong to Canada. As long as we unite like we've never united before, as long as we innovate like we've never innovated before, and as long as we lead like we've never led before. My name is Rishi Patry, and I want to be Canada's next great Prime Minister. Thank you. Merci.